mapo binker. Mapo is a lady who had a lot of freckle on her face, so people call her mapo. Po means old lady, ma means all these freckle on her face, but which is also pronounced like sesame seeds. So maybe they think that she has the sesame seeds on her face, okay? But this is a very famous Sichuan dish, which is composed with the bean curd and ground meat. Ground meat can be beef or pork, depending on how you want, okay? And the sweet spice, we usually will use the green onion, ginger, and garlic. So all you have to do, just chop everything finely, and then we're going to use all these ingredients for our seasoning. Usually the seasoning will be the very hot spicy Sichuan hot bean paste, okay, spicy paste. And then we will use this Three's Company. Now I'm going to introduce to you the Three's Company is vinegar, soy sauce, and sesame seed oil. So these are the Three's Company. We usually will use these three kind of seasoning to season our food when it has combined a lot of assorted seasoning. But if you like it hot spicy, you add more spicy paste. If you like it sour, you add more vinegar. And if you like it sour, you add more soy sauce together with the salt. So when sometimes you have some cucumber, all you have to do is cut them into little cubes. You pat them a little bit and mix with the three of them. The Three's Company with the same portion. It can be an appetizer. Very simple, easy. So I'm now going to cut off the ginger into really fine. But the ginger, we will never peel the ginger peel off, because the ginger is considered really hot for your body, and the peel is considered cold. So you leave the peel staying there, which means you will want it to be not so hot. When it is too hot for you, you maybe have pimples on your face, you get easily to get mad. That means too much fire in your body, okay? So it's nice to save the peel of the skin of the ginger. So we will cut this everything really fine, and then we can start to cook. To cut off the bean curd, you just take them out from the box, okay? And then you slice from the middle into 2 slices, and then have 1 cut in the middle, 2 cup on the side, 1 cut in the middle, 2 cup on the side. This is how you cut it, okay? So now we will heat up the oil. Heat up the oil and add the garlic, ginger, and green onion. I save some green onion for later use because I want the color, the green color stays. So when the aroma comes out, you will add the ground beef into it. So now you have to turn to low heat, because if you put the ground meat into the wok, if you use too high heat, the ground meat will be sticking together, okay? So you don't want it to happen. You can use some chopstick or 2 spatula together to separate them. When you stir fry, when the meat are separated and done, you will add 1 tablespoon of the chili sauce. This is a very famous Sichuan chili sauce. Very good flavor, okay? Because they are fermented, so they have to be stir fried in the oil together with our spice. Then you will add like 1 tablespoon of the soy sauce, lighter sauce, with a little bit of the vinegar. The vinegar you have to add from the side, okay? Because you don't want it, you only want the good flavor, but you don't want it to be too sour. And finally, you're going to add a little bit of the sesame seed oil. So mix them well. And then you will add the tofu into it. Then you will add some hot water, like half bowl or 1 bowl. Doesn't matter. But the more you cook the tofu, the better it is. Especially tofu is considered very healthy. It's a veggie protein for you, easier to absorb, and also it does have isoflavin. Isoflavin is something that will help your brain to produce your own hormone that you need. So you don't eat the medicine instead of the natural hormone. And we're gonna cook it for like 10 minutes, then thicken with cornstarch paste. We're going to thicken the soup with the cornstarch paste. Okay, usually you will add 2 portions of the cornstarch with 1 portion of the water. So you will use this, but it really depends how much water in the pot. So sometimes you will use more, sometimes you won't use many. And then depending on the season, if it is a winter season, you want it to be hot and maintain longer time, you will thicken it more thicker. But if you in the summertime, you don't need to thicken it too hard. Okay. So right now, all you have to do just smoothly move it. You don't stir fry them to break your tofu. So now, look at it. I am adding on the left hand. I add gradually slower. But with the right hand, I just move around with the soup. So they will be really good to match your rice. So when you're eating rice, this goes really well with your rice. Okay. So when you thicken the soup, you maybe want potato starch which make the soup thicken nicely and beautifully transparent. But if you use the cornstarch, which will, when you marinate the shrimp, it's okay because you want a hard skin to be, the feature can be crispy. But when you thicken the soup, potato starch creates better feature. So now it is done. When it is over, finally I'm going to add some green onion on the top. And then usually people will use the brown peppercorn, Sichuan brown peppercorn powder into it to make it numb your tongue. But I am just adding a little bit of them because a lot of people cannot get used to it, okay? So I'm adding maybe only 2 drops of the Sichuan peppercorn oil to make the feature and taste better of the authentic Sichuan flavor. So now it's done, but if you like it hot spicy, you may add a little bit of the green pepper or black pepper, white pepper, okay? So we're going to put them into the pot here, into the plate. It is very simple, easy, and delicious. And it goes really well with the rice.